You know what's faster than your paycheck? Literally everything. It's time to get your pay up to speed. With Earnin, you can access your pay as you work instead of waiting days and weeks for a paycheck. Get up to $150 a day with a max of $750 between paydays. No interest, no credit checks, and no mandatory fees. Because, hey, it's your money. Download the Earnin app now to get it and join millions of people making any day payday. That's EARNIN. Earnin is not a bank. Access limits are based on your earnings and risk factors available in select states. Expedited transfer is available for a fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Visit earnin.com for full details.
Live, Laugh, Larceny discusses true petty crimes that may be disturbing to some.
Or could be easy listening to all you psychopaths out there.
All stories are based on actual events, but details may vary.
Listener discretion is not advised.
Live,
Laugh,
Larceny. Welcome to the toilet. This is Trevin.
The toilet?
You are sitting with me in Sammy's own personal toilet.
Oh, and I'm Amanda, by the way, too.
Yes, Amanda, sitting on the other side of the bowl from me.
The other side of the bowl.
Let's just go straight to the dilemma.
Let's do it.
Sammy, I love her. I love her so much. She's a beautiful, loving little Mama Sam. But this dog has got some potty problems.
For sure.
I lost my mind the other day. Like, completely lost it. Maybe some people on our Instagram saw it.
Was that when Sammy went outside in the rain?
Yes.
Oh, I watched it and I was like, wow, that is a proud dog dad if I ever saw one.
Let me tell you about this day. I've brought this up multiple times. She has the thyroid issue, which they say affects how they can hold their bladder or something like that. And a lot of times it can make dogs self-conscious because certain owners can get like mad at them. And then it just creates a cycle of it's very hard to get past. Because I can tell that when there are potty problems, she's very scared. She will get up in the mornings, walk around the house just a little bit. And that's basically my warning of you better get up and get me outside or you're going to get duties everywhere. It's gotten to the point now where I am waking up. I hear her little claws and I'm up. It's kind of made me a little short on sleep lately. It's been my ADHD thing I'm focusing on. It's like, this is the problem I must defeat. Nothing in this world matters as long as I can keep shit and piss off of these rugs. And on my first day working from home, we had a very rainy day. And as we've talked before, I have a wet weather diva. And I spent way too much time trying to get her to go potty in the rain. I tried to get her to go out originally. She will get a little bit of rain on her head, and then she'll run back inside. I tried to walk her out with the umbrella, but as we've talked about before, she doesn't like to pee when she's on a leash. So that was really hard to kind of make work. Also, anytime the umbrella moved, it scared her because she thought there was like some saucer above her head. Then I got the bright idea of, oh, wait a minute, we can get underneath the ledge of the house.
Okay.
So we went out the back porch. I carried her all the way out in the rain, and we tried to do that. That didn't quite work. The first time I did it, the umbrella scared her and she ran out. The second time I took her underneath the porch. I took a video of us on the porch. She did not trust it.
You're like, I will take anywhere outside. Just make it happen.
I said, you can just go on the deck. I don't care. It's not that big of a deal. Because this was the thing too, is she knew that we were in a standoff because we had recently had a little bit of a discussion about it. When I would bring her back in the house, I'm like, okay, if you're not going to go potty, then come back inside.
Right.
But the second I would shut the door, she would go.
Sassing you.
And I'm sitting here, I'm feeling so much empathy. Like, I'm so sorry, dog. I would feel terrible if I had to hold it.
Right.
And I'm like, you don't have to. Kept trying to work with her through it. I gave her a pep talk.
You're free to go, girl. You have all the power within you. Be the piss. Let it flow.
She eventually did pee. And
Do you think that pep talk helped?
I gave her the pep talk and I was scaring her. Nothing was really happening. I was taunting her by leaving the door open. I was like, we'll just sit here and watch the rain. I was getting pretty cocky where I would just kind of walk out of the room and come right back. I wasn't really afraid of the cats running out because it was raining pretty bad.
Yeah.
I looked down for a second and out of the corner of my eye, I saw something out in the yard and there was my girl squatting
I mean,
Like a queen.
like a queen in the grass.
I wasn't able to catch her dropping trow and starting, but I caught her midpoint, and these are the praises that I sent to the world.
Woohoo, Sammy, good girl! Good girl, you did it! Oh my god, you peed! You used the bathroom! Oh, good girl! Oh, you're gonna get a treat! You can have the house!
She was very happy. She did get a few treats.
I wish someone would praise me like that when I had to tinkle.
It was a very challenging day for me. I think my mental health was more stressed about something else happening, but it made all of the defeat go straight to the dog pissing on the rug. And we did keep the rug from getting shat upon or pissed upon the whole day. The night was a different story. About 7 p.m., she did tinkle on the rug. So there was no way I was going to bat 1,000 that day.
Damn. It's so hard to be mad at something so cute.
Yeah.
Especially because, like, you don't have full control over her past. And, like, that wasn't your fault. And
Right.
she learned these habits of how she was living at that time. And now you're just trying to pick up the pieces. But...
Oh, in my intro, the reason why I said welcome to the toilet is because she was having walking problems when we first got her, and then she didn't have confidence on stairs. Once she got the confidence to use the stairs, she turned this room into her toilet because she was like, oh, I don't have to use my rugs upstairs. I can just go shit in this room down here. Emily asked me to go check something on the windows or something. I don't remember what it was. I walked in here. I was in the back of the room right at the windows, and I just looked down and saw like a bunch of turds around my feet. And I was like, babe, get the light. I don't have my phone and I'm in a minefield.
What a horror movie.
It was a horror movie. It really was. But somehow I had managed to walk through this rug and not touch one duty.
Oh, see, that's a miracle.
Yeah, I shampooed it. So.
Well, it doesn't smell like sharts down here, so that's good.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll get there.
Well, yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. It's funny because right before we recorded, you told me that you had a doggy dilemma. And I said, well, then why not double that?
Sweet.
And give them 2 double dog dilemmas today. So this is a dilemma I've been having with my oldest dog, Reptar. He's in his teens. He's an old boy. And my dogs aren't small like Trevin's. They are double their size, if that. Yoshi's probably triple their size.
Yeah, they're like little horses.
They're like little miniature horses, yes. My little horse collies. So the first time this happened, I'll just kind of walk through what occurred. And now that I'm making this dilemma, it's because it keeps happening. It's not just a one-time deal. Our whole new house is like wood floor, and they like to lay on carpet or rugs. But the negative about having rugs or carpet is that Yoshi also likes to pee and poop on them.
Yeah.
Just like Sam. But this isn't about Yoshi today. This is Reptar. So he likes to sleep in the girls' room, and he usually just puts his head under their bunk bed. And it isn't like a majorly lifted up bunk bed. I'd say it's probably not even a 12-inch gap. So he usually sleeps with just his head under there, but nothing else because it's not that wide of a space.
Mabel always liked to do that too. She would lay where her head was underneath something, but her whole body was just out.
Yeah. I woke up in the girls' room because Winnie had cried for me in the night, as she tends to do still.
Come on, Winnie.
And I heard Reptar's signature, He has a cute little cry, and I was like, oh, what the hell? I guess he has to go pee, whatever. And I look down, and all I see is Yoshi on the ground. And I'm like, what? And I just keep hearing, and finally, I'm like, no fucking way is he under this bed. I look down, sure as shit, Reptar had like wiggled himself underneath and obviously couldn't stand up. And he's not a good shuffler because he's old as hell. Basically, long story short, I had to flip him on his side and kind of just try to gently pull him out. And he hated every minute of it. He even growled at me one time, probably because I hurt his arm or something.
Yeah.
He didn't like bite me or anything. He's never been like that. But he was like, oh, I was like, Reptar, this is your doing. Anyway, he did it for the second time again this morning. Luckily, he wasn't as far back. The last time he did it, he went all the way back to the wall, like to the very back.
That's so weird.
This time he was only about halfway through, and Jordan was home this time, so he was able to lift up the bunk bed a little bit while I helped him get out. I already know the solution to my problem. I already know it.
Is it get a rug?
Well, no.
I was thinking maybe he was just sliding too well with his fuzzy body on the hardwood.
Right. No. He never had this problem before because the girls, they have these little shoe storage boxes that used to go under the bed and prevented any of them from getting under there. I had taken them all out and cleaned under their bed, though. And so I just haven't put them back. And now he's just wiggling his ass back there. I just need to put them back, but you know how it is sometimes.
Yeah, save him from himself, please. He's a monster under the bed forever.
I know. But I have pictures. We'll post that on our social media.
That would be so cute. Yeah, we kind of had a monster under the bed situation with Boots when we first got this bed because it's one of those adjustable ones.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't ask for this feature, but it has like LED lights on the bottom that can turn on. And Boots is a kitty who likes to chew on cords, as you know.
Oh, yeah.
And so there's times in the middle of the night where I'll wake up and there's just a strobe light going on underneath my bed because he's like shorting part of it out. I'm like, dude.
Holy shit.
But
Boots.
we have so much stuff under our bed in certain places now strategically to keep him from getting to those cables.
The things we must do.
Yeah, kitty proof, dog proof, animal proof.
It's hard out here in these pet owning streets. So, Trevin, you're going first this week, correct?
Did you have a fast Florida?
Fuck. But before we jump into segments and you go first, thank you, Trevin, for sending me a fast Florida news headline to read because I forgot to prepare one.
Oh, yeah. I came across that one earlier today and thought this will be a fun one. And I think you would be a perfect person for it.
I know. Just reading the headline, I'm intrigued. This article is from abcnews.com, and the headline reads, Florida inmates help rescue baby after dad locks keys in car. Which, honestly, that is a huge fear of mine, is locking the kids either in or out of the car when they should be the opposite. There's so many fears as a parent when it comes to the car and your kid and leaving them here and forgetting them there. And so the article says, for once, police were thankful a group of criminals broke into a car. That's a really good joke. I'll give them that. It was a group of inmates on work duty in Newport Richey, Florida. They came to the rescue of a forgetful father who accidentally locked his keys and, more importantly, his 1-year-old baby in his truck earlier this week. 5 prisoners, along with deputies from the Pasco County Sheriff's Office, were working to repair medians outside the West Pasco Judicial Center on Thursday when they saw the father begin to panic and a crowd gather around the locked car. I mean, there is nothing more terrifying than a panicked father. Because in my personal experience, mothers be panicking 24/7, and it's always scary when you see one, but that's the norm. But when you see a panicked father out in the streets...
Dads are always just trying to swallow it down and be cool and be cool and be cool. The bad problem is when they're not able to hold it anymore.
No, I know.
You're getting more than a 100. You're getting like a 1,000 or something, yeah.
All the times they have held their tongue, it's coming out in a messy manner. An onlooker provided the inmates with a wire hanger. Glad that they had a wire hanger on hand.
Just like, oh, hey, it's in my back pocket. What's up?
Like, what? Maybe they were like traveling and they had their nice clothes hanging on a hanger.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or maybe they're just a fucking hoarder, but they saved the day regardless.
They probably use this to validate their hoarding.
Right. They're like, see, this is why I never throw anything away.
I knew it would come in handy.
Oh, there's even a quote from one of the sheriff's office people saying, we were surprised when somebody had a wire coat hanger and we were able to get the door open enough to get it in there and unlock the door. Now, the inmates were described as low-risk offenders, which that's good to know.
Okay.
Important. I mean, you wouldn't just want any old offenders around a baby.
That's true, yeah.
So I'm glad to know that.
Yeah, it's just like, help, my baby's stuck. And then the offenders show up and they're like, no, go.
Not you, though.
Anybody but you.
A lot of them, like these individuals, they know they've made bad mistakes and bad choices, but they want to do the right thing in life. Okay, thank you, Sheriff Chris Noko, for that one. In a cell phone video shot by the truck's owner, deputies can be heard telling the dad to pop his head in the window every once in a while so the baby doesn't get scared by all the strange faces. It took about 2 minutes for them to pop the lock and trigger the car alarm in order to get the baby out. The victory triggered celebration by those who had crowded around the vehicle. And it said, luckily, it was a fairly cool day in the Tampa area with a high of 72 degrees.
Well, that's good.
That's the worst.
Yeah, you kind of wonder on those, especially like Florida and in a car. But I like how it was like, oh, make sure the baby's not scared of my scary face. Like, put your face in there, Dad, and let him know. Like, he was really worried about the kids' feelings.
I know, that is nice. It looks like this came out too. This article was written February 17th of 2019. So I wanted to give a time frame.
That was Florida February for them, I suppose.
It was Florida February back then. That is so funny, though, that the dad's over here filming this video of all these inmates getting his kid out. If the dad had any sense to him, he would take that to his grave. Okay, yeah. He would not come home and show his wife or partner the video and being like, look at all these inmates helping our kid out of the locked truck.
She says, let me repay them. One thing that surprised me about the picture in that is the outfits they were wearing. I didn't know that even existed, the black and white striped outfits.
Right.
That's like the old cartoon Popeye the Sailor Man guy goes to jail, 1940s cartoons. I didn't know we had the full body black and white stripes.
No, literally, they look like the traditional old-fashioned jailbird in a cartoon is how they're all dressed.
Like, where's your ball and chain?
Literally, they need like a little chain, and they should all be singing a little sad chant about being jailbirds. Like, the fashion is just despicable. So,
although I would rather that than orange.
Same. Orange is not my color. It is not the new black, in my opinion.
I mean, as much as I'm thrown off by it, I would actually prefer it.
You're like, I know I was talking mad shit earlier, but actually sign me up. So, Trevin, we are going to be sharing a list of top fives before diving into our Florida crimes today, and you are first.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Top five.
I am. And I am bringing a Florida top five.
So am I. Woo woo.
Yeah, I've been trying to keep it all together like that.
Yeah.
So I found this blog called estately.com. They posted an article, what world records does each U.S. state hold?
Ooh, I'm about to love this shit.
I found this and I thought, well, Florida's got to have some. And the reason why I had this idea is I had read somewhere, it was like a statistic that I think it said like 2/3 of the U.S.'s sexually transmitted infections are from Florida.
That's still crazy as hell, but at least it's not worldwide.
I don't know how true or close that is exactly, but then I thought like, I wonder what world records Florida does have.
Yeah.
So luckily, estately.com has 5. I'm going to go in no particular order here.
Yeah.
So world record number 5 for Florida.
Uh-huh.
They have the record for most people dressed as a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. They had 1,394 participants.
That's actually a lot of Ninja Turtles.
It was at the Nickelodeon Suites Resort in Orlando, Florida on August 9th of 2014. The hotel currently features a Summer of Shell salute to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with daily character appearances. Yeah, I guess they hosted this thing just to get that record.
I mean, I would be less scared seeing that it was happening on like a kid-friendly area,
Yeah.
I was just picturing them just all gathering in the street.
Like what are those things called? Like the not flash dance,
flash mob?
Flash mob, yeah. Not flash dance.
Of Ninja Turtles.
Ugh. And if it was like the old style too.
I know. I was like, that would actually be quite scary, but okay, I can accept that a little easier.
Florida has the world record for largest parade of food trucks. You want to take a guess on how many?
How many food trucks? And it's the world record?
The largest parade of food trucks. Yep.
I'm going to have to go at least over 1,000, right?
Oh, no.
Oh, no? I was giving, okay. 85?
The answer is 121.
Okay. Of course, somewhere in the middle.
That makes me think of as a kid, I would see video games and the graphics would get better. And I'd be like, wow, they look so real. And my dad would walk in and be like, that's not like how fingers look. And I'm like, Dad, you should be amazed at how we've gotten this far. Yeah. And you're just like 1,000. And I'm like, well, now that I say 121, you're going to be like, that ain't shit. Even though it is the record.
I have way too high of expectations for Florida's food truck parade.
Florida has the largest parade of food trucks at 121 vehicles and was achieved by Generation Food Truck USA at the Florida State Fairgrounds in Tampa, Florida in March of 2014. The parade preceded a 2-day food truck rally at the fairgrounds.
Wow.
I bet a lot of diarrhea.
I was going to say, I mean, hopefully that fairgrounds has enough toilets, if you know what I mean.
Oh, porta potties. Florida has held the largest Easter egg hunt.
Oh, no shit?
The largest Easter egg hunt consisted of 501,000 eggs that were searched by 9,753 children. Sounds like a nightmare.
Oh my God.
Accompanied by their parents at the Cypress Gardens Adventure Park in Winter Haven, Florida. I think I've heard of Winter Haven before, but 9,000... That is a lot of kids. That sounds unsafe.
I was actually underestimating the amount of eggs and children as compared to the food truck situation. That is so outlandish. But go off, I guess.
Mm-hmm. This is a good one for anybody who likes to party a little bit. Florida is the home of the largest pitcher of sangria.
I love sangria. Was it red or white?
Let's see here.
I prefer the red.
A restaurant in Tampa, Florida on June 1st, after the new world record was set, the staff at Ceviche Tapas Bar and Restaurant doled out the record-breaking serving of the drink to mark its first sangria festival with a huge 9-foot pitcher built especially for the attempt, slightly bigger than your average pitcher.
9 feet? Yeah, that is not slightly bigger, guys.
Well, here's a fun fact. Named after the Spanish word for blood, sangria is a white punch typical of Spain, Portugal, and Argentina. I didn't know that was...
Wow. Is there a picture of this?
Like, see it behind it? It's the big one.
Oh, okay. Yes. You can't tell if it's red or white.
You can't see it. It looks like, what is that? Like it was clay or something, maybe. You can't see it. And they just kind of put a blue and white design on it, and it says world's largest sangria because they already knew they had it. So
they had it in the cup.
Had it in the cup. And for my last, Florida is the home of the world's shortest donkey.
Oh my God.
His name is Knee High. He is 64.2 centimeters tall. He lives in the Gainesville Best Friends Farm.
Okay.
The shortest donkey in terms of height is Knee High. He was born October 2nd, 2007. He's a brown jack who measured 25.25 inches.
Damn.
He's a registered Mediterranean donkey. Knee High is owned by James, Frankie, and Ryan Lee.
Oh, I thought you were going to say James Franco. Wait, so does he in fact go knee high?
Let's see here.
Because that's just sad if he doesn't quite hit that mark, and they named him that.
He's 2 foot 1 inch tall.
Oh my God.
So very tiny.
That's not quite knee high for most.
He's actually past knee high on this guy, but it might just be him and closer to the camera, maybe.
He's like the size of my dogs.
Yeah, your dogs might be bigger than him.
Yeah. Oh, what a cutie.
His mother's name is Itsy Bitsy Annie, and his dad's name is Billy Bob.
Oh, I thought he was going to be like microscopic Marty or something.
There are some fun little world records for you that Florida has, and
cute.
I'm liking having some nicer, fun news to share.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime we can do that, it's a load off, let me tell you. Well, those were very cute, Trevin. Thank you so much. And it's really funny because I feel like you and I, although everything we're talking about is different, I feel like we're definitely on the same wavelength again.
Oh, good.
I actually found this really cool site called unlawfulthreads.com.
Ooh, is this a shirt website for criminals?
They sell merch. Some of their little drop-down menus are like Florida AF, skulls and dark shit, sarcastic AF, not safe for Karens, new shit. Like, it's funny.
Cool. Okay.
It's a nice little site. And I wanted to use them because they sound like they definitely know the area and the culture. And so today I'm going to be giving you the top 5 weird Florida food festivals. So it kind of ties in with yours a little bit.
Yeah, with my
when
food
you talked
truck.
about the fair and the food truck.
Which I think they argued in the first article that introduced this to me had said something about how Florida really prided itself on its like food trucks or something to do with
Oh, yeah.
food trucks. Or yeah.
They're all about the food, clearly,
Mhm.
because they have all these festivals that I didn't know. So I'm going to start with this one as my number 5 because it really doesn't sound too weird, but once I read the description, it is kind of. So number 5, and this is my personal arranging of it all, okay,
Mhm.
is the Florida Strawberry Festival. Sounds innocent enough, sounds normal enough and cute, but the description on this site says, celebrating the strawberry harvest, the Florida Strawberry Festival in Plant City offers a plethora of strawberry-themed treats, including strawberry shortcakes, jams, and even strawberry pizza.
Like dessert pizzas?
I don't know. If it's a dessert pizza, then like that's not bizarre to me at all. But if it's just like some sliced strawberries put on a pizza, now we need to talk things through. So it says, the festival features headline entertainment, livestock shows, exhibits, and attracts over 500,000 visitors annually. So people be going to the Strawberry Festival. Number 4, the Boggy Bayou Mullet Festival.
Oh, hell. Okay, this is a party.
This is funny because clearly when I read this, I'm like, that's talking about the mullet hairstyle.
Mm-hmm.
However, this is what it really means. So, named after the locally abundant mullet fish, the Boggy Bayou Mullet Festival in Niceville
You hope that you have a good experience there.
offers a variety of mullet dishes, from smoked to fried. The festival includes live musical performances, arts and crafts, carnival rides, popular for both locals and tourists.
Do they also have their hair as mullets for
They
this thing?
better.
Yeah, it'd be messed up if they didn't.
They better.
Okay. Well, I was thinking mullet dishes. This is gross.
No, I know. All right, number 3, the Kumquat Festival. Held annually in Dade City, the Kumquat Festival honors the small, tangy kumquat fruit. Attendees can sample kumquat pies, jams, salsa, and even kumquat wine. Am I saying kumquat right?
I feel like you're saying it wrong, but is it
Kumquat?
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 I'll be honest.
Kumquat?
I don't think I've ever had one.
I'm not recalling if I have or not. I feel like I did try one before.
I'd be interested.
The event also features arts and crafts, a car show, live music, and it draws tens of thousands of visitors each year. Now, these last 2 get very weird.
Okay.
Very weird. So number 2, we got the Fellsmere Frog Leg Festival.
Okay. Yep.
Now we're talking. Now it's getting froggy. And another reason we tie in to each other, recognized by the Guinness World Records as the largest frog leg festival in the world, the Fellsmere Frog Leg Festival serves up thousands of pounds of frog legs and gator tails each year. Visitors can enjoy these exotic dishes fried to perfection, accompanied by, again, live entertainment, carnival rides, craft vendors.
They love their music and their drinking and their partying down there.
They're like, if you're going to give me some weird food, I better have some live entertainment.
Oh, I mean, when we were in Florida, there were some of those little restaurants where they would have just a tiny little rooftop, maybe the size of like this room.
Yeah.
And it would be a guy with a guitar playing for the 6 tables of people up there. I'm like, damn. Like a lot of entertainers are getting places to play.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They need all the performances for all these weird festivals. Okay, so the final one, the LaBelle Swamp Cabbage Festival, which I'm sorry, I know that swamps are native to the land in Florida. But if you're going to be inviting me to try some cabbage, I don't want swamp in the title.
Well, also, why would you want to have a festival for cabbage in the first place?
My God.
Ugh, I don't want to celebrate cabbage ever.
So this is what it says about it. Celebrating the heart of the sabal palm, Florida's state tree, the LaBelle Swamp Cabbage Festival offers a taste of swamp cabbage, a traditional Florida cracker delicacy. Oh my God.
These crackers will eat anything. Gotta look this.
The festival features swamp cabbage fritters, soups, and other inventive dishes, along with, you guessed it, live music.
Does it say you guessed it?
No, I added that in there. Ooh, this one also comes with a rodeo and a car show. It's a family-friendly event, and it provides a unique glimpse into Florida's cultural heritage.
I want to try some of this swamp cabbage. I Googled it. It says it's a traditional Florida dish. The sable palmetto, which is the state tree of Florida.
And that's where the cabbage comes from?
It's a hearty, smoky stew made by cooking these tender hearts of palm with smoked meats such as bacon or sausage.
Intriguing.
So it is like a cabbage stew.
But do you mix it and cook it with swamp water? Question mark.
Mm.
Where does the swampiness come into play?
They said it has a meaty, crunchy texture similar to artichoke hearts, water chestnuts. Never mind, I hate water chestnuts. Or white asparagus.
Take it back. I love water chestnuts.
Ew. I don't like the way it crunches. It says it's braised with diced tomatoes, onions, celery, and savory smoked meats like bacon or ham hocks. Oh, I see the Florida cracker thing.
What is it? Some cabbage like slawed up on a cracker? Like what is it?
I don't know. What is a Florida cracker?
What does a Florida cracker look like?
A Florida cracker is a term for early white pioneer settlers in Florida, primarily cattle ranchers and farmers. So it is just white slang. These white people showed up and were like, that's a weird tree. Let's have a stew with it.
Let's make a stew. Let's make a casserole. Let's have a cracker.
I'd still like to try. I'll try a hearty stew, although I'm not a big stew person.
Well, I'm not going to stir up any more food concoctions. I'm going to let you listen to these ads.
If you thought the snack wrap was good before, wait until you get your hands on the all-new Hot Honey Snack Wrap. All the sweetness and heat you can handle, just one bite will have you falling in love all over again. Juicy, sweet, and now with a little kick to bring it all together. If they ask who we do it for, it's for you. So look no further. Hot Honey Sauce is here.
And welcome back for more Florida fun. I have a story for you this week that I'm pretty excited to share.
Okay.
I don't know, it's a little more action-packed than what I'm used to doing. And I think it's going to be a little bit of a crowd pleaser.
Oh, okay.
So without leaving you in any more suspense, I think it's time we just head on down again to Florida.
Yeehaw.
And here we go. Florida is a place of rest, a location for those who have had enough, to put themselves out to pasture in the place where the United States dong hangs the lowest. On the surface, it's swimming pools, packed bingo nights, and a booming funeral industry. A dream final destination. When sweet Granny trades her apron for a G-string bikini,
Good heavens!
more changes than her body confidence. A lifetime of being deferred to just because gets packed up, shipped south, and reheated in the sun. The lessons fade, the expectations remain. What they don't plan for was the people. Not just the vacationers, temporary, loud, always having a good time, but the communities that were always here. Neighborhoods with language, music, and routines that didn't pause for retirement hours. Florida wasn't empty when they arrived, and it didn't ask permission to stay that way. This is entitlement's final form, and like a full moon pulling a monster from within an ordinary man, the Florida sun can ignite a wrinkly old beast from the people you once knew as Nana and Pop Pop.
Don't make me take off my belt!
Forget the bedtime stories, forget the snuggles. When the Sun Belt spirit takes over, they're no longer human, and you're on their lawn. It was a beautiful December day on Marco Island. If you asked Google to describe it from your snowy living room, it would call the weather mild, mostly dry, and comfortable. And in the cold month of an even colder year, one met Tony was looking for a little comfort of his own. Tony stepped onto his second-story balcony, greeted by the not-so-distant ocean breeze. A light dusting of sand rippled across the concrete in an abstract pattern. He leaned over the railing and smiled. "Flying south for the winter was a really nice way to end the year, old one nut," Tony said to himself, tapping gently on his perfectly centered bulge. Tony had lived a full life, a confusing one, a criminal one with details still emerging. He'd gone viral, he'd perfected his mugshot posture.
Third time's the charm.
And after watching the news for 5 straight minutes, he decided he was done with crime for the year. There was no pocket worth picking that could lift his spirits after watching Americans get robbed by their own president. It was time to travel, see the ocean, before Trump tried to turn it into Kool-Aid or something. As Tony surveyed his temporary paradise, he noticed a frail old woman in her yard below. She wore what looked like a parchment paper nightshirt and held a cigarette that was somehow more ash than tobacco. At her feet, an ugly little dog strained in a squat that would make any witness clench.
Come on, Jesse Waters. You're so full of shit, I can tell. You're so full of shit, Jesse Waters. You can do it.
Tony smiled. Traveler's constipation was universal. He raised a hand and offered a polite Floridian wave. The woman responded by flipping him off.
Mind your own damn business.
Tony clutched his man pearl and immediately retreated inside. Sometime later, once the threat had passed, it was time for his e-bike ride. He strapped on his helmet, peered down the road ahead, and carefully considered which side to flop his nut. Bicycle seats were unforgiving terrain. Remembering that heroes usually comb their hair to the right, Tony followed suit. After all, he was turning over a new leaf. With a heave and a brief, undignified struggle, Tony was off, rolling down the road. The wind curved gently around his face as he took in the ocean community's homes, each one painted colors more fitting of a teen's notebook than a house. Tony pedaled past a street sign for Collier Boulevard. The sign looked new, not recently replaced, just never stressed. As he entered the neighborhood, he was too distracted by the palm trees and manicured greenery to notice the smaller sign posted beside them. Beware of old people. The e-bike glided along the bike lane at a leisurely pace. This was the strangest December Tony had ever experienced, but he welcomed it. With the world feeling completely unrecognizable, he decided the only reasonable response was to find joy in similarly unrecognizable ways. For the first time in a long time, Tony felt light. He spread his arms like the seagulls that first welcomed him to the island, free to explore, weightless. With an unflattering squawk, Tony offered his own bird call to the Florida sky, finding freedom in its climate. But unbeknownst to Tony, another electronic vehicle had turned onto Collier Boulevard, and thanks to its lack of engine, it was already close.
Get out the way, dipshit! You're taking up the whole road!
Tony snapped back to earth to find a golf cart riding his tail feathers. At the wheel, a man flailed one arm violently. His silver hair bounced and shook from side to side, killing the vibe of this initial adventure instantly. Feeling the sharp drop from ecstasy to nuisance, Tony pulled over and let the man pass. He scowled after the cart as it crept forward, the driver staring straight ahead. Then, once he was safely in front, the man flashed Tony a different kind of bird. Tony clutched his pearl, shocked to receive this treatment twice before lunch. Unsure if he was surrounded by assholes or if this was just a standard Florida how do you do, Tony followed behind the cart, scanning for a street sign, anything he might need later. With a little extra throttle, Tony caught up completely. With the license plate in sight, he pulled out his phone for photo evidence. The image still felt miles away. Tony needed more power. He began to pedal. The distance between Tony and the golf cart shrank as he lined up his shot again. The license plate drifted into the center of his screen. He lifted his thumb to take the photo, but as his eyes shifted from his phone back to the road, something red flashed in his peripheral. There was no time to prepare. Before Tony could process that the red glow was the cart's brake lights, he once again felt disconnected from the ground below him. He watched his own body fly past the bike, an audience member to his own life. Sensation didn't return until his body landed on the golf cart. Disoriented and panicked, Tony grabbed the first thing he could. He curled his arms, holding his own weight. He thrashed, trying to stand, but every time his feet found the ground, it rushed away beneath him. Just ahead, a resident stepped out onto his porch. He sipped his Florida orange juice and stretched his back. But before he could complete the deep inhale that every Ocean Community resident takes, he was interrupted by a dragging sound. As the golf cart approached, the man offered a friendly pointer.
Duh, looks like something fell off your golf cart.
The driver locked eyes with him, smiled warmly, and waved.
Hey, you too! Have a good one!
The resident's smile melted into horror as the cart rolled past, revealing one nut Tony being dragged behind it.
I'll have the best story at golf this week.
Tony screamed.
Stop! Please! Hold over!
The cart kept going. Realizing the man and his generation knew no mercy, Tony took his chances with the road. He released his grip, stopping his momentum with his skin. Tony staggered to his feet, just in time to see the golf cart slow. The driver watched him through the rearview mirror. Tony's blood boiled. It also leaked from several places. Instinct kicked in. Petty criminal instinct. Tony squared up, ready to kick this old man's ass. But the driver treated the pedal like a Dr. Scholl's medicated insole and stepped on it.
Antifa!
One Nut Tony took a few steps forward, then stopped, conserving what little energy and cartilage he had left. Behind him, about 100 yards away, his e-bike lay on its side, abandoned. A flock of seagulls passed overhead. He let their presence comfort him, just as they had when he first arrived on the island. That's when Tony learned a valuable lesson about Florida. The price of ocean access and comfortable weather is old people. They won't last forever, but until then, we have seagulls. In December of 2025, Stephen Pickett of Marco Island, Florida, was arrested after allegedly brake-checking an e-bike rider with his golf cart and dragging him down a roadway, according to police. Deputies say the incident began on North Collier Boulevard when Pickett allegedly yelled at the rider to get out of the road. The cyclist told investigators he pulled over and believed the encounter had ended, but later caught up to Pickett and attempted to photograph the golf cart's license plate. According to the arrest record, Pickett then intentionally slammed on his brakes, causing the e-bike rider to collide with the back of the golf cart. Police say the impact sent the victim's body onto the rear of the cart with his legs dragging on the ground as his bike was left behind. Witnesses told deputies they saw something fall from the back of the moving golf cart and shouted for Pickett to stop, but he allegedly waved and continued driving. The victim reported being dragged for approximately 50 to 100 yards while repeatedly yelling for Pickett to pull over. Pickett later told police he brake-checked the rider because he feared for his safety and admitted that the victim struck the cart and held on while he continued driving. He also acknowledged leaving the scene and returning to his place of employment without reporting the crash. The victim was treated for injuries at the scene and later transported to the hospital after experiencing additional abdominal pain. Pickett was charged with felony hit and run involving an injury. According to Lorenzo and Lorenzo, felony hit and run in Florida can carry penalties of up to 30 years in prison, mandatory license revocation, and fines up to $10,000. As of now, no sentencing or disciplinary outcomes have been made public. I've always heard Florida is a good place to slow down, but it sounds like Steven chose Marco Island for his need for speed. If you've ever stepped foot into the state we've named this month, I wondered if you felt it too. The lingering stares from elderly strangers, the instinct to show respect out of self-preservation, or that faint smell of Werther's Originals that signals something bad is about to happen. Whether you're planning a vacation, or years from now, you're eyeing a comfortable place to retire before your long-awaited dirt nap, just know what you're signing up for. There are plenty of places with beaches, happy to take your money in exchange for luxury. Places where you won't have to share a state with Mar-a-Lago, or snow vultures like Steven. So treat Florida like a truck stop bathroom during a road trip emergency. Enter only if you must. Touch nothing. Keep to yourself. And above all, keep your distance from the old turds.
Every time you said he grabbed his man pearl, I about died. So clarify for me, the victim, he just didn't want to be named. Is that why he used One Nut Tony? Or
I guess because he was just a victim and nothing else.
yeah.
I guess they didn't have to give. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure why they didn't. I know Florida really doesn't have much mercy with that stuff.
Maybe it's just they don't have mercy for the criminal themselves, but everyone else, they're like, we can leave your name out of this.
It may also be a thing, too, that because his court date's already passed, but nothing has come from it, which makes me think that he probably deferred and it's probably just getting pushed down more.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine when more court information comes out, we'll probably have that guy's name.
Okay.
But as of right now, they didn't give him one. A lot of times when I have a main character that gets injured or something, I try to make it not a real person.
Yeah.
Which usually helps.
It was a good use of One Nut Tony, I must say.
I thought so. I mean, hey, he doesn't have to be the criminal. I thought that was fun.
That's true.
From what I understood, he didn't actually get hurt too bad. I mean, just like the scrapes and stuff.
Yeah.
And then, like he said, his like stomach hurt. But it didn't sound like super serious injuries or anything.
It could have been so much worse. Can you imagine flying over an e-bike handles into a golf cart and then being dragged by an old man?
Yeah, I'm sure that hurt like hell.
I mean, I can't.
It's interesting. It said that he left the scene of a crash and didn't report it. And I mean, I understand a golf cart is a licensed vehicle because in Florida, you see them on the streets all the time. I guess e-bikes are kind of the same way too now because people are using them for more things. But it's interesting to think of an e-bike and golf cart crash being talked about like, hey, you left the scene of an accident.
Really?
You know?
Yeah. Like a felony hit and run, you said. Like, that's pretty serious.
I'm sure he'll get it knocked down being an old white man in Florida.
Uh-huh.
But still.
No, it is funny. You just immediately think, well, that has to be done in a car of some sort. And it's like, no, there's many modes of transportation out there that technically it falls under that. You just can't trust these old geezers behind the wheel sometimes. I mean, you might think that they're all just really slow and can't see well and are kind of being overly cautious. No, some of them are little speed demons ready to drag your ass.
And you can tell also just by the way they explained this guy, he came out and was starting the road rage first.
Yeah.
And then he's the one who does the brake checking. The entitlement of these old people, like, I don't understand that. Like, you're in Florida, you're on a golf cart, time to slow down, man. Like, why are you yelling at the e-bike guy for going slow? And I'm sure he wasn't even going that slow.
Right.
Get the hell out of the road.
Like, where do you have to go in such a damn hurry in your golf cart?
And then to continue to drag the guy
When he's
asking
clearly
you to
yelling
stop,
for help.
you wave at a witness.
That was shocking that was real.
Yeah, I was trying to think of how to write that. I don't like to jump perspectives that much, especially if it's a first-person story. But I'm like, no, this guy literally just walked out on his porch and was like, hey, what's going on? Oh, something. And the guy's like, hey.
Hey, nothing to see here.
As he passes, you see a body hanging from the back.
My God. You would think that some of these old men would tire out, but they're still racking up charges left and right till the end of their time.
Well, Florida keeps you young.
That's true.
So we'll have an update, hopefully, and I will be able to fill us all in. I'd be curious what he gets. I doubt he gets any jail time.
He's probably going to just get like a slap on his old wrist or something.
Yeah, he'll get a fine and then probably a little bit of community service or something.
Uh-huh. Wow. Well, I already know what one of our connections is. So we definitely do still have one. I know you were saying that your grabbing of the pearl would fit with my mermaid one last week, but we've got a different connection. So we're still good.
We're Florida good, baby.
Welcome back, and it's my turn now.
Oh, we've been so musical lately.
I just can't help it. I would actually love it if my life was a musical, so anytime I get to talk sing-songy style, I'm here for it.
I think a part of me has always felt that way. I mean, I don't like singing in front of people, but like I have that musicalness in my head a lot.
Yeah.
So I think as a kid, I sang songy in my head a lot too.
Absolutely. That's
Only
just
alone.
how our brains work. That's fine. This is another Floridian story, obviously, that I found from the news. And I even found a short video segment on my main character on Vice. Like Vice did a tiny little blurb about this guy. I found a lot of real information. This is now my second Florida story that I've done in a row where I've had a plethora of real life information to use.
I love when I can find a petty crime where Vice has done something with it. Oof.
Absolutely. And it was a few years back, so there's updates since then, and NPR articles, New York Times articles about this guy, very crazy backstory, and just another one of those unbelievable Florida crimes. So
Most of our stuff, we just kind of go off of like 3 headlines, and a lot of them are kind of about the same because we're usually pretty obscure with these things.
yeah.
It's cool that it's big enough that you have all that information, but at the same time, so much of this kind of stuff comes out of Florida. And that was
Yeah.
probably really huge that millions of people heard about.
Right.
And our crowd and you and I never heard about it still.
Exactly. I know. And I don't know why I keep doing this, because even for my Christmas story, Christmas Carol had well-documented backstory. I just keep finding these and keeping drawn to these really like unbelievable characters that are real.
Yeah, it does seem to be more often for you lately.
So, here we go. I've always felt empathy towards the characters deemed the crazy inventor type. Don't get it twisted. I'm not talking about the mad scientists or the rich CEO of an experimental company that somehow becomes even more villainous than before.
Pee in bottles! I need productivity!
What I'm defending are the kooky yet pure-hearted innovators. Take Belle's father, Maurice, from Disney's Beauty and the Beast, for example. He was a humble inventor and single father who created a woodcutter from scratch and was the only man in town that taught his daughter how to read. Yet, after Belle was taken by the emotionally unstable Beast, and Maurice told the townsfolk for help, they laughed at him and shunned him into an insane asylum.
Can't you see the monsters are just us men?
Today's story is about another inventor with big dreams, yet many criminal obstacles along the way. And out of all the places throughout the world, this journey ends in Florida. Ray Reza Bellucci was never much of a rule follower. Therefore, he insisted on going by his middle name. Reza was born in northern Iran as the youngest of 8 children in the early 1970s and understood early on that he preferred to go against the grain. As he grew older, he was against the Iran-Iraq War and fell away from the religion of Islam. He was flogged for eating during Ramadan and hung from his wrist for wearing a Michael Jackson t-shirt. After serving 18 months in prison for associating with the counter-revolutionaries, he decided to leave Iran on his bicycle. The now 30-year-old Reza traveled for weeks with no food, no bed, and no shower. He picked up a few odd jobs along the way and eventually made his way over to Mexico and, ultimately, the United States in the year 2002. A Border Patrol helicopter discovered Reza was camping in the Arizona desert. He was charged with entering the United States illegally and put in immigration jail. Reza tried to explain that he was waiting for a visa in Mexico and had simply gotten lost. Yet, he remained in jail for 5 months before finally speaking to a judge.
Judge, I promise that if you release me, I will finish my peace journey on foot, running from Los Angeles to New York.
Sounds good to me. On May 12th of 2003, Reza began one of his Forrest Gump-style cross-country journeys on foot. He ran across the Mojave Desert, followed old Route 66 through Arizona to New Mexico and Texas to Tennessee. Reza ran through the Blue Ridge Mountains and finally reached his destination of New York City. He had made it. Reza completed multiple cross-country runs throughout the next few years. Afterwards, he wanted a new adventure, something that not even Forrest Gump had achieved.
It's time for a new journey and a revolutionary invention.
Reza announced to himself.
One that allows me to run on water.
Reza wanted to settle somewhere close to the ocean where he could live as an inventor amongst other misfits with wild dreams. That's how he ended up in Florida. Reza spent many years in his workshop, welding, cutting, cussing, and building his creation. Once it was complete in 2014, he stepped backwards to take a good look.
Aha! It is finally finished. I'll call you my hydropod, and I'll call myself Captain Bubble.
Reza stated out loud, peering at his reflection from the human-sized inflatable hamster wheel before him.
The next step is running across the Atlantic Ocean from Florida to Bermuda.
The next morning, Reza popped into his giant bubble and started running and rolling deeper into the ocean. It took him a while to find his sea legs, but he gradually made clumsy strides. Hours in, Reza had become sweaty, tired, and completely lost. Eventually, he ran across a small boat and rolled over to speak to the person aboard.
Hey, any chance you know the directions towards Bermuda, my fellow captain?
Yet instead of pointing Reza in the right direction, the boater instead tattled to the Coast Guard. Hello, Coast Guard? There's a confused man out here in a big old bubble. Soon after, the Coast Guard approached in their boat, giving commands over their speaker system to Reza.
Sir, you are not a sailor, don't know the ocean, and are unequipped to do what you're attempting to do. Exit the hamster wheel of doom at once.
Back safely on Florida soil, a Coast Guard commander issued Reza an order under federal navigation laws that stated he couldn't make any further runs in the ocean without being cleared by a marine inspector and a support ship. This didn't deter Reza for long. He improved the structure of his hydropod and took it out for another voyage to Bermuda a couple of years later in 2016. Yet shortly into his second voyage, he spotted the familiar Coast Guard boat speeding through the waves in his direction.
Sir, we're terminating your voyage for being manifestly unsafe.
But I have 5 or 6 lights and 2 life jackets. I have a GPS. I have a laptop to watch movies, for goodness sakes.
No matter Reza's reasonings, he was ordered to exit the hydropod before it was shot and sunk by the Coast Guard, along with his equipment worth approximately $144,000. In 2021, Reza planned for another ocean excursion, running from Florida to New York to raise money for homelessness. Yet before he even dipped a toe into his journey, the Coast Guard shut him down on the Florida coastline. Sir, don't you even think about getting back in that band bubble! It was at this point that Reza could have, and probably should have, given up on his dreams of running across the ocean. Instead, he worked tirelessly in his workshop, replacing his inflatable bubble with a metal cylinder along with flotation devices for one final attempt. It was a couple of years later when Reza boarded his new and improved hydropod on the beaches of Florida. This time, he had set sail for his destination to London. Reza had been rocking and rolling for an unknown number of hours when he found himself 70 nautical miles east of Tybee Island, Georgia, on August 26, 2023. He examined the cloudy skies through the metal grating of his human-sized wheel and felt the powerful winds pushing back against him. That is when he also spotted the infuriatingly familiar boat belonging to his personal cockblockers of the sea, the Coast Guard.
Sir, don't you realize that we are preparing for Hurricane Franklin out here in these waters? Where exactly are you headed this time?
London, England. If you guys will hurry up with this nonsense and let me go on.
That's still more than 4,000 miles away from here.
Then I've got to get a move on.
Not so fast. We're gonna need to see your vehicle's registration.
It was registered in Florida. I just don't happen to know where that registration is currently.
Look, I hate to burst your bubble, but you and I both know that you're conducting a manifestly unsafe voyage. Now we need you to exit your vessel and come with us.
Reza had a flashback of all his failed voyages spinning through his mind.
Manifestly unsafe. Manifestly unsafe.
He was determined to end this expedition differently than all the others, no matter what he had to do. Reza swallowed hard before shouting out a threatening statement with more sting than a jellyfish.
I've got a 12-inch knife and a bomb aboard, and I'm not afraid to use it.
On August 26 of 2023, 70 nautical miles east of Tybee Island, Georgia, 51-year-old Reza Bellucci, also known as Captain Bubble, faced his fourth standoff with the Coast Guard for attempting to run across the ocean in his hydropod. Instead of coming with the Coast Guard willingly, like he had in the past, Reza threatened to harm himself with a knife or to blow himself up with a bomb. Reports state that the Coast Guard remained close by Reza's vessel, trying for days to get him to join them on their boat. He showed the officers knives, and they saw him holding wires, which caused them to believe his threats. That is, until August 29th, when Reza admitted the bomb was fake and he had no plans to harm himself. He then exited his hydropod and was brought ashore to Miami Beach, Florida by the Coast Guard. Federal authorities charged him with obstruction of boarding for his standoff with the Coast Guard. He also received a violation of a Captain of the Port order. Court records show that Reza, the Fort Lauderdale native, agreed to stop undertaking voyages during a year-long pre-trial diversion agreement approved by Judge Federico Marino in the Southern District of Florida. This included allowing the U.S. Coast Guard to dispose of his vessel, called a hydropod, and stated that he cannot build another one. While his case was underway, Reza was barred from traveling outside the Southern District of Florida, could not go to the ocean, work on any sea vessel or ports, or even board another vessel on the ocean. He was released on a $250,000 bond and started washing dishes in a restaurant. Even still, Reza told reporters from USA Today that once his diversion is over, he planned on running again. This time, however, on dry land, including a journey along China's Great Wall and elsewhere to help raise money for charity. See what I mean about the crazy inventor types? To law enforcement, they seem like troublemakers. To haters, they appear to be crazy. But to the few of us who still feel empathy coursing through our bodies, they can also feel endearing. I applaud all of the inventors who may be listening today. My wish for you is that you continue your creativity and building new things. Most importantly, I hope you are out there making waves and, if needed, making bail.
Fort Lauderdale native. A lot of Fort Lauderdale, I feel like, this Florida February.
I know. Fort Lauderdale is where it's at, clearly.
I know where I'm avoiding.
I know where I'm going.
What an interesting story arc. What I like about the whole anthology Twilight Zone, like what we do thing, is like you just have to give a little bit of a backstory, and then like the whole story can just be about one challenge, like one problem.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody wants to really watch a movie about that generally, but a whole story about this person that just keeps wanting to run across the water. Which,
totally.
One thing that really stuck out to me, one of the first things, he keeps changing his destination, but he never reaches it. So why would you ever change destinations?
So true. So the first two journeys were both to Bermuda. Then he just simply wanted to run from Florida to New York. Maybe he thought, oh, maybe if I just stay on the U.S. soil.
Outline in the U.S., yeah.
Yeah, just outline the East Coast. Maybe they won't care as much. No, they cared. That one they stopped before he even got in the water.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, his last one was to London. I couldn't find anything explaining why. I don't know if maybe he was like, I haven't been able to successfully make it. Maybe I need to like do some more research on how the tides work. I don't know. I could be giving him too much credit. Maybe he just wanted to go somewhere new.
I mean, he's an inventor. And I looked up the pictures as you were doing the recap.
Yes.
These things are nuts.
No, I know. The first one, because it transformed over time. The first one literally, you guys, looked like an inflatable hamster wheel that you put your hamster in and they roll all around the room in it.
Yeah.
It looked like that. But as he progressed and tried it, he, changed it so it was like a metal cylinder with flotation buoys in between the metal grates.
It looks so intricate, like the way the lines and just the build of it. It looked like a drum.
Yeah.
It almost looked like he had a drum on its side.
Yeah, it does, honestly.
Very cool.
He clearly is determined and smart and has big dreams. He ran around like Forrest Gump. Not many people have done that.
What a thing to get hung up on, though.
But learn when to hold them, learn when to fold them. Isn't that how the saying goes?
Yeah.
That's why I said after the third time, he could have and should have stopped with this. And I just want to clarify too, manifestly unsafe is like the technical problem that they kept giving him. Like, this voyage is manifestly unsafe. So that's why I included it so much. I wanted to be accurate with the terms.
I wonder if that's a term that they use a lot.
Oh, I completely forgot I had a fact that I looked up. I also wanted to share this with you guys too. Weird fact about unsafe voyages and the Coast Guard having to stop them, because I was like, how common is this shit, right? Since 2019, the Coast Guard has terminated about 7,700 voyages because of safety violations. That data makes no distinction between recreational boaters and adventure vessels, according to a spokesperson.
Yeah, it's just kind of could be anything.
Could be anything. Yeah, anything at all. So obviously not all of them are like bubble runners, right?
Yeah.
But that's a lot.
I like the usage of the word voyage so much, how that's just any trip's considered a voyage.
Yes.
Like if my trip to work was a voyage to work, I would feel maybe a little bit cooler about myself.
A little
with
more
my 9 to 5.
adventurous. Yeah.
Yeah, like get up by 7 o'clock so I can complete my voyage before 8.
No, literally. And also, he really did have a DVD player in there. And I'm like, dude, you're rolling around, running. I mean, I guess he's not flipping upside down. He's more like the one that stays upright. But still, I'm sure the waves were like, that's just not conducive to movie watching.
Yeah, I don't really understand how the inside of it really works. Because he's got to run. Is there just like a track part inside where the feet reach the thing that spins it and the rest is a cylinder that doesn't move?
Honestly, I don't know.
Or is it rolling and then like his DVD player's on a funny little swivel table that just rolls with him? And then you accidentally step on it?
All good questions. I mean, most of the articles, because this guy's backstory is so crazy, how he escaped on a bicycle, which we both had bicycles. Yours was an e-bike, but
Connection.
it still counts in my book.
For sure. I mean, and mine also had to do with ocean, but I guess Florida's always ocean, so.
Right.
But yeah, I like that a lot. The bike connection's great.
The bike connection, yeah, like you just don't think of bikes leading to crimes like these, but they can.
Yeah, these were interesting bike situations because his bike situation was out of a whole country on a bike. Mine was a road rage crash incident with a bike.
Right. He really did try to do it that many times. He really does still want to run for charity, but this time on land. Thank goodness.
Wow.
He has a lot of rules against him now from this final one. They were like, hell no, you made us stay out here in these rough waters for days, threatening to harm yourself. That's where Reza lost me a little bit. But I still see the good in him. I still see that his intentions are good. He's very determined. He wants to do it, it seems like, for good causes. I don't know, but yeah, when he threatened all that crazy shit, I was like, come on, let it go, dude.
I've seen that in movies where there's that character who, even though you really believe in what they want, the obsession outweighs the ethics of it. And it's just like in a movie, a good person maybe takes a hostage or something random or something. Like that's exactly what he just had no other options. And I don't know why in those situations you think that you're going to have a better way out once you escalate it. But
I mean, I don't know if he thought threatening all these crazy things that they would just be like, all right, we're going to tugboat out of here.
A bomb I don't want to blow up today. Why don't you just head on wherever you're going, sir?
Yeah, just keep on going. No, they stayed with him for days. It seemed like each day they would approach him and be like, come on, now's your chance. And eventually he was like, okay, the bomb's not real. I'm not going to do anything. When the Vice segment came out, this was before his final attempt even happened.
Oh, okay.
So they were mainly just talking to him about his backstory and what he was trying to achieve with his little hamster wheel looking thing and all that. But no, I didn't actually see the mechanics or inside of how it works or any of that. I don't remember anyway seeing that. So that's his story.
I mean, he could easily have just invented some sort of fun lake bumper car thing for people to buy and use or something. I mean, I know those bubble ones, but
yeah,
like the dude's an inventor. Like, come up with some cool stuff. I mean, also, not even trying to get a free trip to another country or whatever. You could die.
Right.
And that didn't look like that was that easy to get out of.
No. In his first bubble, the one that looked more like a bubble, they said that it could get up to 120 degrees or higher in there.
And you're running.
And you're running and waves. And he didn't know directions in the ocean, which, no judgment, I wouldn't either. I don't think most people would when you're just surrounded by water at every turn. Sailing is a real knowledgeable thing that you have to know things, and he didn't.
And being a person who's only been to the ocean a few times, one thing that still blows me away every time I'm there, I'm just like, it's crazy. I'm surrounded by water, but my mouth is dry as shit. Like, this guy is in the ocean, but you know he's going to be thirsty as hell.
Yeah.
He doesn't have very much air circulation. And then also he's working up a hell of a sweat by being the engine of his vessel.
Uh-huh.
Like, I don't think you could pack enough water in your little tube to survive the trip. Like,
I know.
You need to fuel yourself to make this trip.
Yeah, it talked about he did have some food and water, but I agree. Like, I don't know how long it should take to get there because no one's ever done it for good reason, but it seems like you would need a lot of supplies.
Yeah, I mean, running 4,000 miles on regular ground would be very difficult.
Yeah. Well, Trevin, what a time to be in Florida.
That was a very interesting story.
It was my first one, actually, but because I knew I had so much information about him, it took me longer to write it. So
I loved it. That was a direction I did not even think we would go. And it was very fun.
Oh, man. Well, I hope that wherever you are listening this week, Florida or not, I hope you're just having the best time. And remember, no matter the crime, big or small, in the end, we are all doomed.
Doomed to pet a little short donkey. Oh, you little baby.
Bye. If you want ad-free episodes and an occasional photo dump of our pets, come on over to Patreon.
Have you ever had swamp cabbage before? Come quad over with us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or Threads. Live, Laugh, Larceny.
Have you ever had a dream that just so happened to be illegal? If so, send us your petty crime story, livelaughlarceny@gmail.com.
And give our show the same rating you'd give that giant sangria in Florida. 5 gigantic stars. Rate our show wherever you rate podcasts, Apple, Spotify, or Good Pods.
Come on, Jesse Waters. You're so full of shit, I can tell. You're so full of shit, Jesse Waters.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. With real Coca-Cola taste and zero sugar. Listen closely. Hear those bubbles? That's the sound of delicious real Coca-Cola taste and zero sugar. Ice cold. Ah. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coca-Cola taste. Zero sugar.